The anime starts with a guy who can tell a woman's hip size. His date is horny as fuck, and she wants to go back to us later. Mentioning her love for superheroes, the man assures her that she is the only one for him when he gets kicked in the face by a girl. She is Min, the man's daughter, and exposes her dad as a toilet designer. For some reason, women get turned on hearing that, so his daughter kicks him again, but he proclaims that the only one he loves is Min bro trying to rizz up his own daughter. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyways, at home, he questions how she knew where he was and strips in front of Min. Min tells him to strip elsewhere, and he goes outside. He tries to talk to his neighbor, Yamada, who keeps rambling, so he runs to take a shit. As he takes his nice and peaceful shit, never mind, he gets sucked into the toilet and ends up in a dark room. Suddenly, a man tells him that he was the only one taking a shit at that moment. Even though he is offered to save the world, he rejects it as he just wants to take a shit. The man introduces himself as an associate of the Space Peace Republic Alliance Hero Committee and tells the old man he is already transforming into a superhero and the enemy from outer space will attack soon. Wanting to know if his strip club expenses will be covered, he floats back up to the toilet as a fat uncle. As he looks in the mirror, Uncle freaks out that everything about his body has changed. Uncle slowly opens the door and sees Min sleeping against the wall. The scene cuts to the outer space aliens preparing to land on Earth. Putting Min to bed, Uncle wonders how he is gonna explain this to Min. He tries to convince me, oops, never mind. As Min calls Uncle a fatty pig, he tries to explain it, but everything that comes out of his mouth is perverted. I'm not kidding, bro called his daughter wank material. What the fuck? Min busts out some moves and kicks Uncle out of the house. Sitting against the wall, he realizes that her punches don't hurt and wonders what his superpower is. He thinks of what he will do tomorrow. Guess not. In the morning, women are being chased by the alien, Black Hoi Hoi. Uncle smashes it using his slipper and tries to rizz up the ladies, but they just walk away. Hearing laughter, he flips over his slipper and sees that Blackie is still alive. I swear I'm not racist. It's cause his name is Black Hoi Hoi. Anyways, another alien tries to attack him, but it does no damage. Instead, Uncle talks and the alien dies from his stinky breath. As Uncle makes up his mind to be a superhero, Min kicks him for loitering in front of her house. The alien boss is mad that he got defeated, but a monkey alien is going next. Since Uncle has nowhere to stay, he knocks on Yamada's door and asks to be friends. A story is told about a civilization that new visitors have destroyed. Uncle sits in Yamada's house feeling guilty for being such a piece of shit, while Yamada is cooking eggs for breakfast. What the fuck is he wearing? When Uncle says he wants a pear, Yamada gets happy and wants to give Uncle his pear. If you know what I mean. Yamada takes out 2 humongous eggs, making Uncle sweat as he doesn't know how to eat them. Suddenly, a chicken pops out and Yamada kills it. Uncle immediately goes to use the bathroom. Min walks out of her house wondering where her father is. Meanwhile, Uncle is sitting on the toilet, stressing out when he gets a call from Min, but once again, everything that comes out of his mouth is perverted. Just then, the monkey alien walks past her. The alien boss is excited to see how Uncle will deal with the monkey, Beast King Uroboros. While Uncle is trying to Google a cure, Yamada tells him he will get hemorrhoids, but Uncle assures him that the accumulated blood in his ass will reach his brain and make him smarter. Uncle runs out of the toilet to go back home. Uroboros stands outside the door. Uncle opens the door and Uroboros attacks, but a little girl is in front of him. He blushes and rubs his head, but accidentally pierces himself in the head. Min realizes there is no school today and wonders where her dad went. The alien boss gets mad that Uroboros was defeated and a black alien volunteers to go. I swear I'm not racist. He actually is black. Teleporting to the house, he falls off the balcony. All good. He flies back up as he is the one and only chicken overlord. In the house, Uncle rushes to the toilet and wants to return to normal, doing everything he can, and I mean everything. Nothing works, so he just takes a shit. While Min is walking, her classmate goes up to her and tries to rizz her up. Meanwhile, Uncle has constipation and is struggling bad. Chicken Overlord walks into Yamada's house and sees the dead chicken. He starts getting paranoid and scared of humans. Yamada appears and sees food, so he chases after Chicken Overlord. Out of breath, he sees Uncle. Uncle calls Chicken Lord his breakfast, making the chicken invoke a death chant. As he tells Chicken Lord that it is not working, he sees Min with a guy and gets pissed. He puts his hand out wanting Chicken to shut up and the shockwaves kill it. Boss Alien is informed of this, but mentions that he knows Uncle's weakness. The alien's investigation of humans demonstrates that they are split into men and women based on their internal body energy. It is weak for men, but extremely large for women. If you haven't realized yet, they are talking about dicks and boobs, by the way. The bigger a woman's energy, the more damage it does to perverts. Showing a lady in a bikini to aliens, their nose ejaculates. As the boss wants to know a counter for women, the alien shows him Min and mentions her energy level is only a. The boss gets the idea of stealing her heart, and the alien shows him their new anti-women weapon. At the police station, Min reports her father's disappearance while Uncle stalks her. When Yamada comes to annoy Uncle, Uncle sees a boy walking robotically toward Min, so he throws Yamada in front and Yamada flashes the boy. While Min is walking, she wonders where her dad went but sees a guy holding a bouquet of flowers. Thinking that it is her dad, she runs over to him but realizes it is an emoji stuck to a body. What in the abomination classroom? Koro-sensei more like Dodo-sensei. The scene cuts to the alien boss ordering the minions to steal Min's heart no matter what. A car hits Dodo-sensei and inside is Bumbles, another emoji man. Uncle appears and presses Emoji Man for trying to seduce Min with his money. Giving Bumbles his bank account number, Bumbles questions if Uncle is the superhero. Boss Alien gets excited. Bumbles transforms into a mecha. Bruh. As Bumbles goes for an attack, its limbs are too short to reach Uncle. Hearing a weird sound, Uncle checks its engine and Bumbles orgasms in pleasure. Uncle pulls Bumbles out and Bumbles tells Uncle that he loves him. Getting sexually harassed, Uncle slaps it demanding to be paid for the repair. When Min is back home, she looks at the empty house, reminiscing on the times her dad came home with a bouquet. Crying for her dad to be back, Uncle stands outside and hears his daughter sobbing on the other side. Yamada appears to ruin their sad moment. In the morning, Min goes to check her dad's room. She sees food on the table with a note and tears up in happiness. Uncle walks away from the door and someone grabs his shoulder. The boss alien pierces him. Saying the skill name, boss alien removes his hand. Proud of his accomplishment, but Uncle turns back to him, asking boss not to interrupt him while he picks his nose. The boss is confused as he just put his hand in Uncle a second ago. Ayo. Pause. Boss, being sure that he stuck his hand inside Uncle from behind, is super confused on how Uncle is still alive. Boss pulls Uncle's nipples and continuously stabs him, but Uncle is focused on digging his booger out. Even after Boss sticks his hand inside Uncle one more time, it does no damage and Uncle finally gets his booger out. Boss tries to return the booger to Uncle and realizes that he is grossed out by it, so Boss eats its hair and flies up, happy that Uncle's kryptonite is in his body, absorbing the boogers and snot of everyone in the world. Boss creates a massive ball of booger and tries to launch it at Uncle, but it falls on top of Boss and smashes him into the ground. As Uncle makes fun of him, suddenly, Boss flies up covered in booger, ready to launch it now. Boss calls Uncle Daddy and he gets mad and attacks Boss with a slipper, but it hits Min in the face. Min beats the shit out of Uncle and Boss sees his own mother's reflection in Min, as his mom used to beat him like this too. Bro suddenly falls in love and wants to marry Min, causing his booger ball to disintegrate. He goes to try to riz her up and gets completely ignored. Wondering what gift he should have given to Min, he decides to buy all the apartments in a building, but seeing the price, he realizes he can't even afford one apartment. They were rejected after asking for a 500-year loan, and they only have one more plan left. Some gay dudes pay Boss, asking if he wants to sell or not. The scene cuts to Uncle covered in bruises at Yamada's apartment. Hearing the doorbell, Yamada gets excited and opens the door to receive rent money from Boss. Uncle turns back. At an event, the announcer announces the Grand Prix winner who will walk away with 100 million gold. Dad wins the Golden Toilet Seat Award. The scene cuts to his wife, asking him to come home, but Dad is busy finishing the designs. With his family's help, Dad has created the internet smart toilet seat. Bro couldn't even go back home when Min had a bad allergy. While having an affair, his wife calls him wanting to divorce, and the scene transitions to Boss strangling Uncle. Uncle slaps Boss away and shakes Yamada for letting Boss stay. As Boss keeps yapping, Uncle gets annoyed that Boss's Japanese is somehow better than his, so Boss reveals that he learned it to hit on Min. They start fighting because they both want Min. Isn't she a minor? Just then, Min shows up at the door asking for help because her bathtub broke. I usually skip this part. Anyways, Boss and Uncle run towards her and get punched. Min calls them out for being weird and creepy as fuck, but dismisses it as she wants them to help repair plumbings. In the house, while Uncle is observing the broken tap, Boss tries to act cool and takes the initiative. He puts his mouth over the tap and drinks all the water. Uncle realizes that Boss will drink all the water on Earth to dry it up and starts stressing. At this point though, Boss is already half dead. Boss and Uncle work together to fix the tap. Mentioning that he should have mixed it properly before, Uncle tells Boss that this is his home. He remembers the times when he came home drunk and Min got a facial from the tap. Even after becoming a superhero, Uncle can't make Min happy and adds the, "Nah, what is going on here?" Uncle accidentally blurts out that Min is his daughter while getting a facial, and suddenly, Boss asks for Uncle's permission to marry Min. She comes back when they are both gone and sees that the tap is fixed. No, it's still leaking. The Great Emperor is mad at his son for selling the ship to stay on Earth. Boss's brother wants to deal with him. At the house, the doorbell rings and Boss opens it to see a little girl. Who the fuck is that alien girl? Boss explains that he is not even on Earth to invade it anymore, and the girl comments that he forgot his fiancée. Bro, she talks without moving her lips. Uncle gets pissed that Boss is trying to riz up Min while already having a fiancée, but Boss is confused as he doesn't remember having one. As the girl presses him for not remembering what he has done to her, Boss assures them that he gave up everything for Min when Min comes to thank Boss for fixing the tap. Seeing this, alien girl swings her tail towards Min and Boss protects her from the attack. While dying, he proclaims his love for Min and she asks if he rehearsed it. When Boss tells Min not to look at the blood from his body, he realizes that he hasn't even been pierced because Uncle grabbed the tail. Suddenly, the tail starts talking and reveals that it is the real body. The scene flashes back to 4th grade in space where young Boss accidentally went into the female bathroom. As he is about to leave, he hears a call for help and pushes the door open to see a girl hunched over the toilet. Boss tells her to stop drinking the toilet water. Anyways, the girl is actually part of a species called datalings. As a dataling, the tail is basically the brain while the human body is the battery and acts as a waste management system. Basically what it means is that they poop through their mouths. Tail explains that there is no toilet paper, and after Boss wiped her mouth, she started following him around every day. One day, Boss tells her that they don't have a future together because they are two completely different species. Now the Great Emperor wants Boss to marry her because he touched her mouth. Ha ha ha, that's the funniest shit ever. Get it? Shit? As Boss tells his story, Min thinks they are kids as they keep talking about aliens, and calls herself stupid for thinking that Uncle may be her father. Suddenly, Yamada rushes out to do CPR on alien girl. Oh shit. Oh shit. As Yamada eats ass, Tail starts moaning and Boss and Uncle regret their life decisions. Boss's brother flies towards Earth. Meanwhile, Uncle and Boss bring the two unconscious aliens inside and Boss says that he will not give up trying to get Min even if it means danger. Out of nowhere, alien girl starts to blow up and the two can't find a way to contain her leaking energy. Just then, Boss's brother reaches the apartment and sees Boss wolfing down on that nice fat ass. Boss is the second of 3 brothers. Even though his brother is younger, his abilities surpass both Boss and his older brother. His name is Momomo and he steals alien girl away, commenting that Uncle is a better fit for Boss. Suddenly, alien girl explodes. Somehow, they completely ignore what just happened and Uncle tells Boss that he was actually a good father. Just then, he sees himself behind him. Uncle stands there, confused why there is a clone of him. I mean, not really a clone, but still. Contemplating who he is, he remembers the memories of Min. As Min is about to open the door for Dad, Uncle goes back into the apartment and recalls how Min would react when he went home. Telling Boss that the guy outside is himself, he wonders which is the real him. And Boss believes that he is telling the truth. Sad that he was chosen to become the superhero, Boss reminds Uncle that he can get the answer from the alien girl. He holds Tail up, saying that it needs to be plugged in and Uncle covers his ass. As they deviously look at Yamada, Yamada turns back. Like a totally normal person, he rolls on the ground and begs to be plugged. After Uncle plugs the Tail in, Yamada transforms into a new body as the dataling has taken control. Boss starts blushing as Yamada has huge mountains bongos. As Uncle blames Tail for changing Yamada's gender, Tail blames Uncle saying it is his fault for not finding a female mobile battery, but when Uncle threatens to cut Yamada off, Tail begs for his life and follows Uncle's request. To get Uncle's DNA data, she shows Uncle the data socket, and Uncle braces himself before sticking his tongue in. Just then, Boss says he can just put a strand of hair in. Tail tells Uncle that he has hemorrhoids, adding that he is not from this world. Confused about how that is possible, Tail explains that Uncle is from another Earth because each parallel universe has its own Earth. When Uncle was sent to another universe, he got lost and ended up on the wrong Earth. Because of this, the Universal Management Bureau had to give Uncle a new body, but Tail explains that if he can create the same scenario as when he switched before, he can transfer back to his own Earth. Realizing that he will never be the only one pooping, Uncle panics, but suddenly gets an idea. Pulling Boss into a room, it starts shaking and Yamada wonders what they are doing. She, tells Tail that they are enemies turned lovers, and they start pledging their love for one another. A minion shows burnt Momomo to the Great Emperor, but he disregards it as it shows that Momio isn't suited to be a king. The scene flashes back to the first son criticizing Momomo, saying that a plan is needed before attacking. When Momomo leaves without a plan, the first price, Mo thinks of a plan and it transitions into him being dad. Min nags him for lazing around, but is secretly happy. Great Emperor is pissed as he doesn't believe in Mo's plan. With the minions telling him that Mo watched TV shows to learn about women, Mo sits on the couch, amused with Earth. When Min asks him to cut the watermelon, he creates some beautiful watermelon art to impress Min, but she gets mad and asks him to clean the wet table. He puts a ball in her mouth and makes her swallow, causing her to hallucinate about a watermelon man. Having experiences with many different melon men, Min wonders how watermelon could make her feel such strong emotions while the aliens are amazed that Mo was able to rizz up Min. Still, the Great Emperor is mad, and as the minions are explaining why, the scene flashes back to when Great Emperor was a kid. After being abandoned by his parents, his childhood friend pledges to support and protect him but proceeds to get hit by a spaceship. An alien jumps out of the spaceship, demanding Great Emperor to lick her shoes by threatening to stuff her panties in his mouth. Great Emperor is low-key excited. Anyways, the whole-ass alien gets captured. In high school, he finds a lifelong friend. Never mind, no more life. Even though he wants to have multiple girlfriends, he is put into an arranged marriage with a princess. Oh hell nah. What the fuck is that mud-stained floppy monster? Wanting to have children, his wife asks him to do a fertility test. At the hospital, the doctor tells him that he is very fertile, but when he sees the wife, the doctor changes his mind and refers them to the child vending machine instead. As a result, they came to have 3 sons and lived happily ever after. Just kidding. Princess died and left him with a message saying that she abused the kids and had an affair with the neighbor. Because of this, Great Emperor completely lost hope in feeling love. Now, he wants to go to Earth himself to take care of business. Uncle gets ready to go back to his world. When Min returns home, she sees the house sparkling with new furniture. The trio sees piles of boxes outside Min's house, and Uncle spots a familiar box. Min questions where the box under her bed went and runs to check on it when she sees the 3 perverts staring at her panties. After Min kicks them down, Mo invites them for dinner. They have dinner at Min's and Uncle cannot believe he is eating as a guest in his own house. Damn bruh, I feel you. Not really, but anyways. He remembers the last time he ate with Min and his ex-wife. As he is in his feels, the rest are fighting for the food on the table, and Mo feels confident that he will be able to manipulate the monkeys in front of him. Boss tries to get Mo's permission to marry Min. While Yamada and Min are fighting, Uncle reflects on his life and admits that Min has a better father in this world. Boss thinks that Mo is being a piece of shit because he has a lot of farts and poop stored in his body. As he recites a poop poem, Mo kicks him down and Uncle goes to the toilet with Boss. In the toilet, Uncle sadly wishes to go back to his world, adding that it is too hard to watch Min yelling that he will take off his pants right this moment. Boss mentions that he tried to place the poop come out spell on Mo, but it didn't work. When Boss says almost all Earthmen have a pile, Uncle talks about the pain Earthlings have to endure and realizes that Mo might not be an Earthling. To test it, they make loud noises and Min stomps away. Mo takes this chance to infuse the water with some sorrow poison and pridefully takes a sip. Walking into her room, Min takes out a book from the box and looks at the old pictures of her and her dad. The scene cuts to Uncle half dead from pooping. Boss realizes that his poop control ability isn't working because there is another alien and rush out to see Yamada stopping Mo from killing himself. Mo begs for more booze and Uncle drinks it himself. Oh shit, now both of them have turned suicidal. Boss drinks some and now wants to kill himself as well. As Yamada realizes that the booze is causing it, he drinks some to analyze it and becomes suicidal. Mo transforms into his real body. Just then, Min walks out wondering what is happening when she sees Uncle slouched over the table. He wraps the meat like he used to do when Min was younger, and she wonders how he knows about that. As she looks at the drawing of a superhero, tears run down her face. Suddenly, the ceiling falls and Great Emperor appears behind her.